Stacey King, former NBA player, former Bull, now works for Comcast Sportsnet Chicago as their analyst for the Bulls games, joins us now. How would you say that Derrick Rose was playing this year, Stace?
You know what? I thought he was getting better, Dan. I thought each month he started regaining confidence, started to, really start trusting that leg again. I thought, the first month he was back, there was a little hesitance to do the things that he's, normally used to doing. And I thought each month he's gotten better. And you can, that's pretty much, you look at how many games he missed in the first month compared to how he missed the last couple of months. Just being on the floor, I thought he was getting better.
Was there a moment where you knew that Derrick Rose had injured his knee?
You know what? I thought it was on one play. I can't remember. I think it was like in the third quarter where I thought he went to the basket on a dive cut and kind of just missed the layup, and he came down kind of awkward. And I thought that was when it was. But I also thought when he came back in the game, they brought him back in the game, I think, with about 5 minutes to go in the game, and he was limping, and you could really notice it. And, we didn't say anything about it, but you could tell something was wrong.
What is the injury, and what does he have when does he decide on what kind of surgery?
Well, they're going through all their options right now. They need to. I think they want to find out if the tear is repairable or if they've got to remove it completely. I think they're going to weigh all their options. People in Chicago right now are really panicking because this kid's been through so much, man. I mean, it just seems like he can't catch a break anywhere, and he's so young. And but at the end of the day, he's still a young kid, and he's got the best medical team there. And when you look at Russell Westbrook, who had those meniscus surgeries, he had 3 of them. And if you look at the way he's running around, jumping, and the way he attacks the rim, it looks like he never even had surgery. So that's got to be a little bit encouraging to Bulls fans.
But the first knee surgery that Derrick Rose had, that seemed to just linger, maybe not physically, but mentally with him. Did it affect his play?
Yeah, I thought it did. I mean, whenever you're a young kid like Derrick and you've never been hurt before, I mean, not in high school, not in college, and then all of a sudden, you're MVP, you're one of the top 5 players in the NBA, and then all of a sudden, man, your career's in jeopardy over, an injury that happened late in the game where, they were winning that game, I think, up 13, and he got hurt towards the end of that game on a move that we've seen him make hundreds of times. Just a routine jump stop, and then bang, he's out. And I don't think I think psychologically it had an effect on him. And I thought he kind of, when he came back from that injury, he gets hurt in Portland with the meniscus tear. I thought he had just started to turn the corner when that meniscus tear happened up in Portland. So, but I thought this year, though, Dan, he was very confident. I mean, he was going to the basket hard. I think people got on him a little bit because he was shooting too much, but I think he was just basically playing a little cautious on that.
I don't know if he has to kind of reinvent himself, though, Stace, as a player. It seemed like he was relying on the jump shot a little bit more, and you saw this when you played with Michael Jordan. Jordan stopped being Air Jordan. Jordan, had the low post moves, and he wasn't afraid to hit that, 15 to 18-foot jumper. Are we going to see a different Derrick Rose?
I think that's a possibility. I think we started to see more of it towards the last couple of weeks where he's getting his teammates involved a little bit more. He's not going to. I don't think you're going to see that. I think he's had 1 dunk this year, so you're not seeing that kind of Derrick Rose that we're so used to seeing. And I think he understands it. I think he's trying to make his game evolve. I think that's why you see him shoot more jump shots than normal. This is a kid that gets to the basket, scores, was scoring 60% of his points in the paint before injury, and now it's around the 40% mark. So, yeah, I think he was making that adjustment. I think he's still going to evolve because he's still a threat on the floor. I don't care if he's, I don't care if he's hurt or not. He's still a threat on the floor. You have to respect him because he still has that quickness. Because he didn't lose any quickness or explosive. I just think it's more just getting his confidence back.
Yeah, I agree. Are they still a contender without him?
Yeah, they're still a contender. They've got Pau Gasol, who's had a rebirth here in Chicago. You've got Jimmy Butler, who's an all-star, who's playing, out of his mind right now. That's, more responsibility goes on those guys. You've got Kirk Heinrich. You've got, Aaron Brooks. I'm sure they're going to go out and probably go get another guard. It's going to be tough, though. But you know what? They're a much better team this way when Derrick is out now compared to when he's been out the last couple of times. They're much stronger and much deeper. So they have the ability to go pretty far in the playoffs. I know people are going to say, "Oh, they're not going to win anything," but you know what? They got some talent.
Stace, good to visit with you. Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me on, DP.
All right, Stacey King, Comcast Sportsnet Chicago.